Hello, and welcome to the gojenn podcast. Welcome to outdoors again. It has cooled off significantly, so it's not 90 degrees anymore, and I can set up outside, which I could anyway, but I just decided that today would be a good day. So if you hear rattling or things like that, it's okay, Bella. Go ahead. You can investigate the backyard. So I have a ton of stuff to tell you, and then I'm going to turn around the camera so that you can see some of the stuff I've been busy with, because I have had a week. Have you had a week? I've had a week. Whew. Good, bad, ugly, over with. Excuse me, I bumped the table. I did have a root canal on Monday. Dun, dun, dun. It wasn't bad at all. I mean, I've had fillings that hurt worse than that, which, I mean, it really helped that he numbed the ever-living crap out of my mouth. You know, this much of my face was completely numb, and that was a good thing because he was drilling. There were pieces of stuff flying. He even had me wear safety glasses because of the chunks of the filling that were flying around. Kind of scared me when he said, "Here's your safety glasses." I was going, well, I'm having tooth. Am I at the wrong place? But it worked out just fine. Didn't hurt at all. Bella, you want to come here? She says no. Also, it was my grandson's birthday on Tuesday. He's now 14. That's a big difference because he was just barely 10 or 11 or so when he said, "Why not, Grammy? Why don't you want to do a podcast?" Because I did. Why don't you just do it? Well, because maybe nobody wants to see it. So, such a good kid. Love him. And just a good kid. Knock on wood. It's so scary to have a child growing up, and there's so many bad things that they could get into, or could get into them. So terrifying. But anyway, the next best thing, well, probably the best thing this week that happened, I got a lovely, beautiful, wonderful, insert all good adjectives here. Thank you from Ply in the Sky. That's her Ravelry name, and she's a viewer over in the UK. Oh, geez, that wave is going all the way across the ocean. Look what she sent me. She hand-dyed this yarn. Beautiful. I love it. It's definitely my colors because it's the purple and the turquoise, and I can't wait to use it. But it's too pretty. And it smells so good. When I opened up this package, it just was like, oh, smells so good. I was looking for some kind of sachet of sweet smelling stuff or perfume or lotion or something that made it smell so good, but it's the yarn. It is. This is from England. This made it all the way to the colonies. Isn't that wonderful? It's 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon sock yarn, 400 meters, from Ply in the Sky. And that's not all. I know. I mean, this is wonderful, fabulous. Thank you a million times. And look, the little baggies are so cute. And in here, there's a purple washi tape. And look at all these cool charms to put on things. Like I've got some earrings I could put them on. Skeleton and the skull and bones. So cool. Bats. Ah, just so cool. Isn't that fabulous? I mean, okay, and that's not all. And see, I haven't put this stuff in with my regular stuff yet because I wanted to show all of y'all. Because, oh, here, let me hold the camera and show you this neat thing that she sent me. Look, it's a pack of tissues that look like 10-pound notes. Thank you. I can use these in my art. I haven't done it because I don't, oh, now I'm not, I'm using it to prop up my camera. What is it? It's just something that must have smelled good. I can use those. I've seen how you take them and you kind of Mod Podge them. Oh, it's not Mod, it's Mod Podge. They should have made it Mod Podge because that is so much easier to say. That's right. And then, look, there's stitch markers and cool paper clips that look like a little person. Can you see that? That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. A little sheep, stitch markers, and little like babushka thingy. The little Russian nesting dolls, a whole handful. Thank you. And that's not all. I know, right? She's asked me for my address a while back. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put it down below. So if anybody wants to send me any, I don't know. There may be internet stalkers. This is the thing. She's never made an ATC before, but she made her first one. And do you see what she put on it? Love and laughter, because that's my little thing to say. Thank you, Ply in the Sky, all the way over in the UK. It just touched my heart. My husband was like, what is that? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't order any. I was trying to think of what I had ordered because that's what usually comes in the mail. This is going with my collection of artist trading cards. So nice. Thank you so much for this wonderful package. He had to watch me, and as the first thing I did though, when I opened it up, I went, oh, what is that smell? It's more than lavender. What is the smell? Because I would like to get some. So Ply in the Sky. What is this lovely, lovely smell? I love it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So sweet. So very, very, very sweet. So after the excitement of getting a package from England that I didn't have to pay for, I had Friday off as one of my days of vacation. Once it gets to the end of the year like it is, we have to declare our days off or else we won't be able to get them. We'll just lose them. No, thank you very much. So I said, well, nobody's down for this Friday, so I'll take this Friday. So I did. Whoopee. I didn't do much. I've been like, on my days off, I get up like at 8, but then I fall back asleep while reading, or I'm in my chair looking at emails or whatever, and I go to sleep, and then it's noon. So I've got to do something about that. Must do something about that. Today I got up and took a shower, because if I take a shower, that goes ahead and wakes me up. The thing that I did do was I sorted through my sticker stash. I think I got just one little whiff of that up and in here, and it's going to make me sneeze. But I sorted it into things that will go in my journal, things that would be good to go on artist trading cards, and then things that I can give away. Like planners. I've got some planner stickers that just, go into the gym. I probably should, but I'm not. When I choose to start exercising again on a regular basis, I'll be walking. I think that's the best exercise, and it's good for you. But I also if you remember last time I said the only things that I had left to do for the Harry Potter knitting and crochet house cup was 2 granny squares. I made those, finished those up. I didn't bring them to show you because they're just granny squares. One's in a cream color, the other's in a dusty pink. And they will be added to the pile of granny squares to make into a blanket. I also, I told you that I look at all these different videos online about painting and techniques and stuff. And they always say, save your paper, because I've got a nonstick craft mat, but I still put down a paper on top of it. And this is like from the dollar store. It's like deli paper or the baking paper. You know what it is. I can almost hear you. Can't quite get it. But anyway, so I saved that, and they say that, cut this piece out right here or here, that all of these are great designs to use in your art journal, which that's my goal for this coming week, is to start actually using an art journal. There's something about, it's the book full of blank pages, and I'm just so I haven't done it yet. But I did a new to me technique that is called shaving foam printing. Shaving foam mono printing, because you only get one print. There are things that you can do and get more than one print from something. Okay, but not this technique. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You take, I took a bowl, yay wide, filled it up with shaving foam, not the gel kind, the actual cheapo foam that I got at the dollar store. And then you just drop drops of either, any kind of paint. Acrylic is the best, they say. Or I have seen it done with drops of watercolor paint out of the tube, unmixed with water. Or food coloring, or different kinds of inks. I used acrylic paints that I had gotten a set. And then what you do is you smooth out your surface of the shaving cream. And if you're interested, just on YouTube, search for shaving foam art, and you can watch how it's actually done. It is so neat. Okay, you've got the shaving foam and you flatten it out on the top, kind of like frosting a cake, and then you drop your drops of color. I used acrylic paint, like 1, 2, 3 drops, not squirts, drop. That's all. And then you take a chopstick or a toothpick. I used a chopstick or something, the back end of a paintbrush, something small, thin, narrow, pointy, and swirl the paint drops together on top of the foam. You're not mixing it up like in the foam. You're just mixing the top layer. Then you take your paper, I use several different things, and lay it flat, and kind of gently press it down to make sure all of the parts are in the foam. Then pull it up, and it'll be coated with foam, and you can't tell. This was just like a green foam, and you're like, that's not all that cool. But then you take a ruler or the side of the chopstick or whatever and smoosh the extra foam off, and you're left with a beautiful print. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is a postcard. In my swaps, I usually put a piece of paper, a card or something with my name and saying, I hope you like this artist trading card I made. And so I'm going to use these for the cards. This is like 5 by 7. I'm going to cut it in half. Look at that though. That's just gorgeous. And like this one was just the top. After I had taken a print or two off, I just ran that through the swirls that were on top. It's still gorgeous. The same with this. This was just a swirl of what was on top. Of course, this was my first time doing it, so I had, I don't know. Can you see how this is kind of scraped this way? I did not know. You have to kind of let it sit and dry for just a few minutes before you swipe it off, or else you'll pull other ink over top of it. So I've messed this one up. I mean, it's still beautiful, I think. I think it's beautiful. But this was my first time. I was learning. This is an envelope that I'm going to use to mail my swaps out in. And so this is not the first. This is just going through some of the swoosh that was already on it. And it's got a little bit of paint on the other side, but I don't care. I mean, it'll still go through the mail system just fine. Oh, this one I think is one of my favorites. Beauty-muss, beauty-muss. Okay, so that was that. And like I said, I do these cards. So I did one just to see how it would work. And you see this is the card and it's blank inside. Beautiful. I didn't have to pay. I just bought a pack of like 50 cards for $3 or something. I used my coupon at Hobby Lobby, and so I can use those. This is an index card. I wasn't happy with that. This was just, you see, I mean, it really soaked through the entire back of this. Okay, now for some ATCs. And this is the background. I can do anything I want. Maybe if I get off. See, this was when I swiped across. I don't know what I'll do with these. I mean, they're going to be artist trading card backgrounds, but I can do anything with them. I can collage. I can Zentangle in the white spaces. I can stamp. I can use stencils. This one I messed up by dragging it across too soon. And that blue I found is really dark. So I don't know what I will do with something like that. But I did learn. You have to have a lot of drying space, because I was going through this stuff, just, you see how much I did? This was in just no time at all. Things that I learned that didn't really work as great as I planned. This card is on brown, manila cardstock. This is on a, this was a slick card. And see, the stuff just, when I swooshed it off, the paint, it didn't grab in. If I had gessoed it before, it would have worked just fine. Okay. So that's this past week. What's coming up next week? I want to be playing with my art some more. Why did I pick this up? I was going to put it, well, okay, I'll put it in my bag so it'll smell sweet. They also say never throw your, did I say this already? Never throw your, yes, I did. Never throw your paper away, because you can use it in your art journal that I haven't started yet. Since I'm through with all of my granny squares and blanket squares for the month for Harry Potter, I'm through with all my challenges. Today is the 22nd of October. I think I'm going to get my virus shawl out that I started in pink, and then I messed it up and had to pull it all out. So I think I'm going to get that out and work on it. That sounds like a fun job. Big news, I forgot to tell you. I'm going to be on a grand jury. I go tomorrow, which is Monday, and they're going to have the orientation for the grand jury. It is for our circuit court in the city I live, so I have nothing to tell me what it's going to be like. I've heard, I went online and read, and people say, oh, a grand jury will indict a ham sandwich. So I don't know. I don't know if we're just going to rubber stamp everything. Yes, I hope not. I hope we genuinely do our job. I'm very, very much looking forward to it, and my job pays me while I'm there. Plus, you get paid by the court, so I may not be in such dire straits financially. This is going to help, I hope. So I'm supposed to, tomorrow the 23rd is the orientation, and I'm supposed to serve for the months of November and December. I don't know what to expect, so I'll have more information on that when I come back next Sunday. And then I just plan on doing my swaps and getting the virus out. And so, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. If you hit the little bell, you'll get an email when I put up new content, which is just about every Sunday. What happens when you do that is it tells YouTube that you like the content I'm putting out. And then that moves me up so that people who haven't found me yet, maybe they'll come across me on their feed, when it says suggested for you. So I hope so. I hope you'll do that if you want to. I am gojenn, and you can contact me on Ravelry or Instagram as gojenn, Gojenn, and or down in the comments below. I would love for you to. Thank you, Plot in the Sky. Thank you so much for just a wonderful, wonderful gift. So I will see you next week, and I'll be able to tell you about the grand jury then. So until then, I wish you nothing but love and laughter.